I was just a happy kid playing football, and I hope.
Capuja partiu na velocidade. Ele cortou pro meio, lá veio o Cleverson. Rivaldo saiu pro Ronaldinho, pé direito, bateu.
C'est the best.
Greatest defenders of all time. In an interview, he was asked who was the toughest opponent he had ever faced, and he mentioned
But
three
at any
names.
time in your career, I mean, as a young player, or
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Ronaldo. R9, eh?
the real.
This is Ronaldo, the phenomenon, the original number 9, the striker who changed what the position could be, the player who moved like a winger, finished like a killer, and terrified defenders before he even touched the ball. And these are the legends who spoke about him. Let's watch. Before Messi, before social media turned football into a daily debate, there was one name that united almost everyone. Ronaldo. Not because he scored goals. Many players scored goals. Not because he won trophies. Many players won trophies. But because he made the impossible look normal. He made world-class defenders look ordinary. He made elite goalkeepers panic. And he made fellow superstars speak like fans.
Ronaldo. When we talk about nines, there's only one R9, a man who had the boots specifically designed for him.
There are great strikers. There are legendary strikers. And then there was Ronaldo Nazário, a footballer who seemed to ignore the limits of the human body. At PSV, people saw potential. At Barcelona, the world saw an explosion. One season, 47 goals. Moments that still look unreal decades later. The goal against Compostela remains one of football's purest expressions of chaos. Defenders pulling shirts, bodies flying, desperation everywhere, and Ronaldo simply kept going, as though gravity applied to everyone except him.
Oh my God. Unbelievable what he did.
You know, the hands in the head.
This is unbelievable.
Robson understood before most people did. He wasn't coaching a normal talent. He was witnessing a force of nature, because Ronaldo wasn't just quick. He was devastatingly quick, not only in running speed, but in thought, in movement, in decision-making. Everything happened 1 second faster than everyone else. That single second changed football matches, and sometimes entire tournaments.
But I was especially impressed with him during training. He had such an ease with the ball. It was quite disconcerting, and
When geniuses recognize another genius, their words carry different weight. Zidane played with extraordinary players. He trained beside Galacticos. He conquered Europe. Yet his admiration for Ronaldo never disappeared, because he knew something defenders already understood. You couldn't prepare for Ronaldo. You could study him. You could analyze him. You could organize your defensive line perfectly, and none of it guaranteed survival.
Bueno, lo que acaba de hacer Ronaldo sobre la misma línea. Ronaldo, línea de fondo. El balón para Cagüen, no lo controló. Qué bien lo dice, cómo se marcha.
At Inter Milan, he reached another dimension. Italian football was brutal. Defensive systems were sophisticated. Space barely existed. Yet Ronaldo walked into that environment and dominated. Not by adapting to Italy, but by forcing Italy to adapt to him. The defenders of that generation still speak about him with a mixture of admiration and trauma.
The most beautiful life ever seen, because with help, and Ronnie is...
Imagine knowing exactly what your opponent wants to do, and still being unable to stop him. That was Ronaldo. Everyone understood the danger. Nobody controlled it. His body shape lied. His first touch deceived. His acceleration destroyed balance. And once he entered open space, the battle was already over.
Infatti i due giocatori più difficili, no, da affrontare sono sicuramente loro due, anche perché Ronnie aveva una
Perhaps the most frightening thing about Ronaldo was variety. He could beat you with power, or finesse, with skill, or intelligence. Left foot, right foot, one touch, 5 touches. It didn't matter. Every solution existed inside his game.
Ronaldo.
R9, eh?
The real Ronaldo.
The real one.
Not
for
the real
me.
one.
Yeah, growing up. Yeah.
He's the goal.
Modern football loves labels. Poacher, target man, false nine, pressing forward. Ronaldo ignored categories. He was everything at once. The creativity of a playmaker, the explosiveness of a winger, the finishing of a born striker, and the imagination of a street footballer who never forgot where he came from. That combination appears once in generations, maybe once in history.
Andare a fare uno contro uno, nel senso dai, vieni, andiamo. Ronaldo però era dura, molto dura, sì, che dovevi partire.
When Paolo Maldini speaks, football listens. One of the greatest defenders ever. A man who faced Maradona, Van Basten, Baggio, Zidane, Cristiano, Messi, and yet he chose Ronaldo. That tells you everything. Not about statistics, not about awards, but about impact, about presence, about the feeling a player creates inside his opponents. Because greatness isn't always measured by numbers. Sometimes it's measured by fear. And few footballers inspired more fear than Ronaldo Nazário. He wasn't simply a striker. He was an event. Every touch mattered. Every run demanded attention. Every match carried the possibility of witnessing something impossible. And that is why, decades later, the people who played with him and against him still speak his name with wonder. This was not normal talent. This was football at its most explosive, its most joyful, its most unpredictable. This was the phenomenon.